Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where last episode we got ourselves into a war and then these two wars just kind of appeared. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with them. We will look at those in a moment. I'd like to definitely get this war dealt with here, and we've got these guys disembarking. So I'm going to split off a siege force here. Somewhere around 20k is probably more than sufficient for this. And we'll try to make sure there's a siege commander here if we've got one. Here's one, but he does not currently work for us. Now he does. Okay, perfect. So we're going to hop on in, and these guys, they're going to come down here and look to stack wipe this. We might be maxed. Yeah, we're maxed on our battle war score, but I still want to get them dealt with. Ah, right, we're in this tournament too. I forgot about this. Okay. We should shoot across the wind. That gives us a 100% chance of hitting the target. Wow. Okay, so that's fine for now. 45, 48, 52, and 31. We're going to take the 52. Cool. So we're trying to build up our prestige here at this moment. Duke Vladimir, huh? Okay, he's going to give us some prestige. We like it. Well, really, we're not so much after prestige as we are fame. But it's also kind of the same thing in a weird sort of way. It's not the same thing at all, but it also kind of is. Okay, one last knock. Excellent. So we're going to come down here, and these guys, they're probably going to start going after some of these others. We won the archery tournament. Excellent. That will definitely help us boost up our prestige. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to continue to head up over this direction. We're at 76 war score here. Now, what are these other wars? Okay, so this is down over here. And looks like a bit of a mess. What's this war? The same sort of area. It's down this way. Okay, so we're going to need these guys to head on down here. It's going to take them 7 months to get there. We'll have to do some embarkation, so that's going to be fairly expensive, but I'm not terribly concerned about it. So that seems fine for now. We'll head on down that way and start working on those other wars. So we're currently at 87 here. Cool. We'll head up over this direction and continue to get these sieges done. Ah, yes, the recital. We qualified. I didn't even work on that. I didn't even check to see if we were qualifying. Okay, it's time to show the world our skill. So it's good that we qualified for sure. Let's see, 74%? Yep, we'll go for it. We won the crowd. Fantastic. This war is over. We'll enforce those demands. Victory. Tunis has been reconquered. Justinian's province has been restored. That's going to gain us 350 additional prestige. So that is huge. So at this point, if we wanted to look at the restoration of the Roman Empire, we would need to be a legendary figure. We'd need to control Venice and Genoa, and that's it. So Genoa's out over here. We could definitely attack Italy, but we have other irons in the fire, right? I want these guys to start heading down, like, over here. It's going to take them 7 months. We'll pay embarkation fees, as understood. And what do we got going on here? Ah, this is a problem. Okay, we got to deal with these. So this one's 118%. We need to focus on a faction. So this is an independence faction. This one is an installation faction. Okay, so we could toss some money at these guys, or this guy is married. He has some siblings here. Not much going on here in terms of possibilities there. He's 29% of this. So we need to get this down to a threshold of 60. Okay. This is going to be problematic. This guy's the major problem here. Let's see if there's anything we can do here. Let's see. Any unmarried children here? They're all dead, pretty much. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate, but we've got this guy. If we were to arrange a marriage here, do we have any children? That's an interesting question. We do. So if we were to arrange a marriage here, this would not result in an alliance because he's not at his brother's court. So that's understood. So how many reasons does this guy have to be in here? Powerful vassal plus 100. Personality plus 328. Neighbors in same faction plus 50%. Outside liege de jure. Fair enough. We may have to end up fighting these, which would be very unfortunate. Let's see what we got going on with this lady. Actually, potential options here. Do we have any sons at this point? No, we have the one daughter, and that's it. That is not necessarily ideal. We do have sisters. Okay. So we have a daughter and 2 sisters to work with. So this guy's landed, so that's not ideal. Wandering and wandering. So if we arranged a marriage here, this is not going to get us anything that this is not going to result in an alliance, right? This guy's the primary heir. If we arranged a marriage here, this would get us an alliance, but with him, not with his mother. That's not ideal either. So there's not a lot we can do with this lady. We can send her a gift and hope that that's enough to pull her out of the faction, and actually it kind of is. So we'll do that for now. And then we've got this lady over here. She has a son. So this looks easy enough. Yeah, this is fine. So that should be dealt with. That will pull like almost 60% out of this. We need more. So what about this king of Sicily? He's got a daughter and he has a brother. This might be good enough. That's the same sister. Hang on. We've got another sister here somewhere. Where is she? She is located in Damascus. This one. It would be this sister. Also located in Damascus. Okay, restore the Roman Empire decision is not actually available. We need to control Venice, Genoa. We need to be a legendary figure. That's understood. Okay, recital, huh? 48%. We'll roll it. The crowd wasn't fooled. Okay, that's fine. So we're making our way down here, of course, and I want to check in on the status of this. So this is at 167 right now. This lady hasn't left yet. And there is the Queen of Egypt here. She is currently considering that proposal. Right. So I'm going to toss some gold at this guy. I'm also, at this point, going to... we can't do that, right. Never mind. Okay, so an alliance has been formed there. That looks good. So that's done. These guys are down to 133. This lady should leave. This guy's still at 1... Yeah, that's not going to be a thing. 20% here. So 29 will leave. Then we need to drop another decent amount. Quite a lot, in fact. We might just have to fight these. Okay, let's see if we can get this guy out of the faction, though. Does he have anybody? Not really. Yeah, definitely not really much we can do with him. So we could toss some gold at him, and that's what I'm going to do. And we've already... What is this already? We would gain 29. Our current is 20, so this would be 9 opinion. I'll take the 9 opinion, and then we're going to ask him to convert. He might accept that, or he might not. Okay, 36%, 40%, 40%. We're going to take the 40%. Okay. He'll do it for a hook. I accept. We just gave him a hook. So that's not necessarily ideal. Okay, so at this point, will he be leaving that? Actually, yeah, he's interested in leaving that. So then we've got this lady here. She's got a spouse and not much else. That's our brother. She's married to our brother. She wouldn't do this because her face is different from ours. Okay, I'm going to send her a gift. I'm going to demand her conversion. She has a 37% chance of acceptance. We'll give it a go. I believe we just won the recital. So that's good. That'll help build up our prestige. Perfect. And now, of course, we're going to need to get our tourney grounds here. We're guaranteed to qualify here. 350 prestige. Yes, please. Starstruck. 10% monthly prestige. Done. So we'll take that. We are back up to illustrious on our level of fame already. So that's going very well. We need to continue to bring this up. We need to get to 5,000. So that's understood. And she is considering this offer from us. Okay, so she converted. Now we can negotiate an alliance with her. Done. So this guy should leave this faction. And then she should leave this faction, leaving us with just this faction. This guy's the primary issue here. Is there anything we can do about him? I think this is the guy we looked at and said, no, there's not really much we can do here. I'm going to send him a gift, but this is 32 opinion. He currently has 15. This will boost him a little. Okay. Yeah, he's still interested in being in there, so that's fine. And then we've got King Pandone of Sicily that we already sent a gift to. These two should leave this faction. In theory. Maybe. Okay, so there's that alliance formed. She'll leave that faction. This guy should leave. That would bring us down to 71. So this would still be strong enough to send a demand. So in that case, who is the least committed here? So 183, 537, blah, blah, blah. This guy. This guy is the least committed. I'm going to send him a gift, bringing him up to 0.2. And he's Orthodox. We'll ask him to convert, 62% chance. That might give us all that we need there. We've also got this guy. Have we sent him a gift? Yes, we've got 14. We can override that to get an additional bunch. So he's now at 150. And if we ask him to convert, he might convert. Okay. But also... Oh, wait. One of these just disbanded? No, that was a different faction. Not these two. Okay, good. Not good. That's the opposite of good. Do we want to give this guy a hook? Honestly, yes. So he'll now leave the faction in theory. That guy converted. Okay. And this guy is doing his demand at this point. So we will not be threatened, and the Independence faction is going to start a war. That's understood. So these guys, we would like to get them out of here. This guy will leave, and that should be enough in theory. So this guy should leave as well. But they may send the demand. Okay, so who is rebelling here? Noted. Who's the war leader? This guy. Okay. We've got this siege force here. Where's our main army force at? They're here. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have them come back up over here. They're going to land there. These guys are going to land here. I'm going to recruit some mercenaries down over this way. So we're going to raise any forces that we've got here, and we're going to bring in some mercs. So we can't afford to get too many mercs. We're going to bring in, like, just these guys, and that's fine for now. So we're going to get these in here, and we are going to need a new chancellor. That is... This guy's terrible at the job. We're going to put in this guy. Okay. So we may not qualify for the wrestling contest. That's not great, of course. We want to see what we've got going on here. Our score would increase slightly. We're now guaranteed to qualify. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so these guys are fighting each other. That's good. And we have a decent amount of forces over here. So this war, they're trying to conquer this down over here. Okay. So we're ready here. We qualified for the wrestling contest. That is expected. And at this point, I want to see what we've got going on over here. How long before these guys arrive? Because that could be a fundamental issue. 3 months? Okay. Our score would increase moderately here. That's fine. Okay. 45, 47, 40. We'll take 47. Sure. Did we win? I think that's the loss. Honestly, that might be for the best. We could disqualify this guy. I'm not going to do it. It's good that we're not participating in this right now. Okay, so we're working on this siege. We see that they're coming down this way, right? And the question is, how long before these guys show up? They are not embarked yet. This would cost a lot of money to embark these. Okay. No, I don't actually want to move these right now. I want them to continue to... Actually, I think we're probably fine here. I want them to come fight over this way. Yeah, come fight this. Okay, I don't care about the tournament right now. We've got bigger problems. So these guys are a little split up at the moment. That's understood. We are not yet embarked. We will be here in 57 days. That feels like a really long time. Okay, a fine contest. An interesting round. Okay, so we're working on this 16 days. They aren't going to be here before we finish this siege, so that's something. We got a breach, and that's useful. The wrestling is over at this point. That's fine. A fine contest. Okay, there's always next time, indeed. So we're guaranteed to qualify for the duel. Let's gain more prestige here. Perfect. Okay, how long until our reinforcements arrive right now? 39 days. Actually, they're giving up. They're not coming this way. We're just going to wait here for now. The longer they mess around over here, the better off we are. Because these forces are going to arrive soon. Have we won this? Yes, we have. So we want to come down over... Yeah, this guy's the war leader here. So I'd like to siege here. This is going to be maybe a slow siege. I want to see if we can hire any mercenaries with cannons. That would be very convenient if we could. I don't see any of those. However, we could hire some of these guys. These holy orders are irrelevant. I don't care about them. So what do we want to go for here? One of these would put us into debt, but I absolutely want to get one that has some cannon. So this would have only 20 bombards. This would have only 10. So we can go through and try to find... This would have 140. I'm going to hire these guys. This is absolutely going to put us into debt. But that's okay. Unfortunately, we're not going to have control over them, right? So that's understood. I want these guys to... they're already locked into this. Okay. Cool. I want them to come up over here. Now, the game is saying we're going to lose this fight. Do we agree with this? Well, we are recently disembarked. That is absolutely true. Let's move both of these units up over here. Okay, whatever. Interesting. They're allowing us to take this position. They shouldn't. Okay, so the duel is happening right now. Score increases moderately. This would cost us a little prestige, and that's fine. Okay, 45, 47, 48. We're going to take the 48. And we won that round. Cool. So that's absolutely fine for right now. Victory. Excellent. And now we're just proceeding forward over this direction. I'd love to get this guy knocked out, and we can do this. Okay. 65%. Done. 45, 47, or 48. Game froze. Are we crashing? No? Okay, we're back. Excellent. We gave birth to a daughter, apparently, and we won that section of the duel. Cool. I don't know why the game froze there for a moment. That was odd. A fine contest. Okay, so we're going to continue to progress through here, and this siege is only going to be 29 days, but I want to take these guys over to here, like this. Okay, so we are going to be ambidextrous, probably. Okay, it didn't actually work. So 48% chance here, and we won that one as well. So that's perfect. We're definitely building up our level of fame. That is fantastic. Victory. Okay, so we're on our way over this direction. Now, as far as this goes, how's this siege going? I mean, it's slow, but 48 days left. We don't actually have any siege weapons here, so that's not terribly surprising. So we won that. That's perfect. And we're not qualifying for the horse race right now, so let's go to the tourney grounds. And let's see here. Our score would go up if we did this. So we're now guaranteed to qualify. Perfect. I want to chase down this army and continue to siege here. So they're coming up over this way. They're going to try to fight us in Palermo, and they're going to have some defenses here. That's probably fine. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have an issue here, just looking at this advantage. The advantage is on their side, but it doesn't matter. Like, they just don't have the forces to do it. So that looks good. We're currently at 29 war score there. Now, this siege is about to finish. There we go. That's done. This war here is slightly more concerning, but we can potentially do something about that soon. Okay. So how's this going up here? We are winning this battle handily. Excellent. And we're just going to hang out here for the moment until this is done. Okay, the horse race is beginning. That looks good. You'll do. And we need to move these guys down here. These are going to need to move to here. 50. Okay, 50-50 on all of these. Sure. So we find ourselves at 41%, of course. We currently control the war target, which I believe is our capital. No. Their war target is independence. Right, so we control some of their territory, and that's the problem. So our score is going to increase moderately. We're going to get some prestige out of it. Fantastic. Okay, this war is now over. So that's perfect. We can enforce those demands. Done. Now, we've got this situation over here. Do we think that we can take this on? Game says we'll probably win there, and I kind of want to try it. I don't know. We don't have a very powerful force here. This is a lot of money, but we're going to pay it. Okay. I don't think she ever actually did anything, to be honest. So that's a little unfortunate. I wish we had control over those, but that's why I tend to not hire them. Okay. So feudal taxes would be increased, or we would let it slide. No, we're going to increase the feudal taxes. So we do have a dangerous faction here. This is... These guys are back. Okay. I don't think they ever necessarily left. So that's noted. We are going to need to get some people out of this. So what do we got here? Betrothed? Yeah. Okay, not a lot going on there. Here's a potential option. So we can do this, although they won't accept due to the religious difference. So we can't send this guy a gift, but we can at least ask him to convert, and we'll see if he will. What do we got going on here? So we just need to drop 21, right? Okay. So this guy is Orthodox. I'm going to ask him to convert. I'm going to ask everyone currently in this faction to convert. Many of them will refuse, but we're going to roll the dice and see what we get on that. Okay, one more push on that horse race, and this guy did not convert. No shockers there. This guy wants a hook for it. Honestly, I'm going to give it to him. Okay, this guy also wants a hook. I'm going to give it to him too. Looks like we won the horse race, so that is excellent. And this guy would do it for 900 gold. Done. This guy would do it for a hook. I accept. Right now, we're just trying to get all of these people to not be too into this faction. So this guy would leave, this guy would leave, and this guy would leave. Currently, that looks good. And this guy would convert for a hook as well. We're writing some checks that we're going to have to cash later, but that's absolutely something that we're interested in doing right now. Perhaps a few words, given that we're the host. Okay. So at this point, we find ourselves at 51% here. Our grand tournament is finally done. Summon the physician. Okay. A soft approach is indeed best. So I want to check in and see if these people have left. There we go. This is a different claimant. That's not an issue. This one is down to 49%, and they're going to be too small to actually fire. So that looks good. We're not concerned about this one at this exact moment. Okay, so down here, the question is, are we going to catch these? And the answer is not right now. Okay, nobody paid much heed there. That's fine. We're up to Exalted Among Men, so that's looking good. Now, it's October of 1444. I want to be clear, Europa starts next month. No, yeah, November of 1444. Okay, so this guy forced us to make him our spy master. That's okay. For right now, I'm not concerned about that. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to see about getting this war taken care of and getting this war taken care of. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.